New extreme challenge in GTA 5. Today we will test which car can drive through reverse speed bumps. Watch the video till the end, give it a like, and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos. And we're starting!
Hi guys! As always, your favorite little penguin Koki is here with you.
And a new experiment where we'll test how far cars can go over upside down speed bumps. Today, I've prepared a very unusual collection of cars, which includes supercars, fast and cool off-road vehicles, cheat cars, and of course, giant monster trucks. So make sure to watch the video until the end, leave a like, and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new experiments. Well, I suggest we don't waste any time and start right away with the smallest ones. For today, the smallest vehicle we have is actually a sled. It may not be winter right now, but okay, let's try to ride the sled anyway. This is of course really very funny. And I think we'll get through, well, at most level 2 because you can see they're already starting to get stuck here. These are upside down speed bumps. It seems like you're driving on the road and you should have regular speed bumps, but these are flipped over. Well, okay, level 2. Okay, that was tough, but we managed it. The third one is actually really big. Look, it's the same size as our sled. I feel like I'm just going to get stuck there. Okay, we made it over. And now we're moving right along into the vibrant green and toxic level number 4. Here, I think that is pretty much all for this one. That's where our run ends. It's just too hard to get through here and the sled doesn't have an engine. So that's it. 4 levels is the maximum. Okay, let's move on to the next part, and this right here is the classic boxcar. Seriously, this is actually really funny. We've got meme cars today as well. And honestly, I don't think it'll make it to the finish line, not a chance. Well, alright, let's go test it out. Let's even test it together and go for maximum acceleration. Let's try to reach the finish line at maximum speed in a car made entirely of wood. It will be really funny if we succeed, but to be honest, I don't think so. We reached the red level and... Wait, I think... The main thing is to have enough power. We have to get there. Come on, come on, come on. It doesn't work. Okay, let's get a bigger running start. This is actually really intense because I've never ridden in a wooden car before. Wow, seriously? That was really cool. Okay, let's keep going. There are only 2 levels left. The 12th! And now for the legendary 13th level. Meshi. This should be really quite tough, but I truly hope we can do it and pull through. Alright, come on. Left, right, forward, back, and the final level. Actually, I think the bigger the inverted speed bump, the easier it is to get over because it becomes like a big ramp. So we just speed up as much as possible and bam, we fly right over it perfectly every time. That was super easy. And at the same time, we made it with a wooden car. Seriously, I honestly never could have expected that, but okay, fine. This is the first one today that managed to handle this experiment. Well, let's keep going. And now it's time for some really cool cars. Supercars are up next. Although, wait, hold on. This is a Lamborghini made out of cardboard. So, we had a wooden car and now a cardboard one. Perfect, even better. I feel like that's an upgrade in the other direction, although it's a Lambo. But still, a cardboard one. Seriously. Anyone can build this at home. So if you try it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see it. Most importantly, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome experiments. Because your like really helps us out a lot. Just one single like adds 1 kilometer per hour to this Lambo. It actually gets much faster and drives much quicker than before. And it really does flip over because it's just too light. And I feel like there's just no way we're getting out of here anymore. Alright then, let's go for maximum acceleration. 1, 2. And we're stuck. That's it. There won't even be a 3. That's it. Our run ends here. We made it to the red level, but that's as far as we go. Well, finally, some decent cars. McLaren P1. That's actually awesome. And it's the version... GTR? Okay, I don't know much about that, but it really does look super cool. The one major disadvantage is that fast cars, supercars, have incredibly low and ground-hugging suspension. If it's some kind of speed test or experiment, it would pass perfectly. But here, it's very much open to question, because the point of this experiment is to see how well the car can handle inverted speed bumps. So the car needs to be, first of all, fast, and second, have an exceptionally stiff and very high suspension. That was cool, I liked it. Then we have 2 levels left. I think whether the suspension is low or high, it doesn't matter. The suspension, if it's a McLaren, it will pass perfectly. That's actually really cool. Okay, fine. There's only one level left. And I think it's absolutely clear to everyone here that this car will make it to the finish perfectly. It's a pity, of course, that it doesn't have a superpower. Like some kind of super jump, flight, turbo boost. Although I think it looks really cool even without a superpower. Very cool. Well, anyway, that's already the second car at the finish line, and if you wrote it in the comments, you're awesome and you'll get a heart from me. Alright, let's go test the next cars. Whoa, we've even got a mini buggy here. This is going to be really fun to test because the car looks super fast and most importantly, it's a buggy. So, the suspension should be even cooler. It can even jump, can you imagine? That's really awesome. Let's go. Full acceleration. I think the first level is just easy. Didn't even feel it. It's easy, just exactly like that. Purple level. Now it's actually getting hard because with each round the levels become more and more difficult. And more. But we're already on the 9th one and so far everything's perfect. Well, except for the fact that we just flipped over, plain and simple. Okay, fine. Turning around, luckily the car can jump and we get out perfectly. No problem at all. Red level, the hardest one. Here we go, the 10th level is probably the hardest because we've already had one car get stuck here. Will the buggies make it? Come on, it's not working. It's not moving. Look, it's just spinning its wheels but not getting out. Alright, okay. Let's get a bigger run up. I think it should work. Come on. Just a little bit more. No. I really think that this 10th level is definitely the hardest one yet. And honestly, no car will ever be able to get through it. Okay, let's just leave our buggy right here and let's move on. Whoa. Just take a look at this absolutely incredible and stunning Porsche 911 Turbo S. And it's not just any Porsche, but one with some really cool tuning. You know, Porsche is probably my favorite car brand. I just absolutely adore Porsche, and I think it's honestly the most incredible and impressive car in the world. Guys, write your favorite car brand in the comments. I will be really interested to read it. Because today we have, for example, Mercedes. Even Mercedes, Gelly, Rolls-Royce, those strange cars, Jeep, Nissan GTR. There's even a Lambo. It's a shame there's no BMW because it seems to me that BMW would have also coped with this test perfectly. And it seems to me there are a lot of people in general who like BMW. Seriously, write in the comments. It will be really interesting to read which brands there are more of in the comments. I think the top ones will be BMW, Mercedes, and the Porsche Lamborghini. Let's check this and write in the comments. I'll write Porsche in the comments too. I hope Porsche wins. Okay, and I also hope Porsche wins this challenge because we just flew through 10 levels perfectly. I didn't even stop while talking to you and managed to completely pass a whole 11 levels. Can you even begin to imagine just how really cool that is? Alright, on to incredible level 12. Here there are already speed bumps, really big ones, although these aren't even speed bumps. They're probably more like potholes because they go downward. But they're speed bumps, just flipped upside down. It doesn't really look like a pothole. Alright, okay, level 13. I think this is going to be super easy because it's just a giant ramp. You speed up and if the car is fast enough, it just goes through perfectly. Awesome, and now we already have 3 cars at the finish line and that's great, I like it. Oh, and there was also the McLaren, by the way, right, the McLaren. I like it too, it's a cool car, but in the meantime, we've already tested half the car collection. And we have only 2 supercars left, 2 very low-slung vehicles. After that, you and I will move on to the real off-roaders. And I honestly think they're going to perform exceptionally well. That's the challenge, but before that, there's the Nissan GTR, and not just any GTR. Just look at this tuning, I think it costs more than the car itself, and it's really fast, guys. This is the fastest car in this experiment. I'm sure we're going to fly across the whole map in just a second. Alright, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Maximum acceleration and... it's accelerating to 1,000 kilometers per hour and we're just flying off. I wonder how many flips we'll do. Come on, perfect. What was that? We literally flew across the whole map in 5 seconds and did about 20 flips. Ended up at the finish line. I think this is the most perfect cheetahs run ever. That deserves a separate, like, it was really insane, plus 1 more car at the finish. And now we're heading out for the next cars. And the very last low car for today is a Mercedes S-Class. But not just any, it's actually a Nike sneaker. I don't see it very often, but it looks really cool. Maybe if you like it, you can write about it in the comment section below. Usually, okay, fine, I'll admit it's actually very strange. It looks quite odd, but most importantly, it's also really fast. You see, it accelerates, maybe even faster than the Nissan GTR. But you and I, let's do it this way, shall we? Let's try testing these low cars as if we were driving along very slowly. Alright, let's imagine we're going about 100 kilometers per hour, picking up speed, and try to pass this challenge. The most important thing is not to fall into the 10th pit. A perfect run. Now, the 11th one is already easier because the 10th is just too narrow. And there, the car just gets stuck, especially if it's long, like this S-Class. I think we wouldn't be able to get out of there. But luckily, we flew over it and are already at level 12. A perfect landing, and we have just a little bit left to go. Come on, one more level, and I think we'll clear it easily. No problem at all. Because this, once again, is the biggest ramp, the legendary ramp. Oh, what was that? It's like we just got magnetized. Alright, we won't even try to reach maximum speed. I think we could even drive through it in reverse. Wait, hold on. We definitely need to test this. Will the Mercedes C-Class AMG be able to do it? I'm sure it will. It's really fast, about 600 horsepower. This car is just a monster. We're accelerating, and even in reverse, we're passing this challenge. I think we could handle all the speed bumps. We even went over the speed bumps in reverse because this is a super cheat car. Plus 1.5. There are already cars at the finish line. This is really intense. I think more of our cars passed this challenge than didn't. 5 cars made it, and just a few didn't. 3, probably. Alright, let's move on to the real off-roaders. Whoa, 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 just look at this collection. A Brabus G-Wagon, a golden Rolls-Royce with 6 wheels, and even an armored vehicle with flamethrowers. This is of course a seriously hardcore collection, so I suggest we start with the simpler cars. Here we've got a Lincoln, a Jeep, and... check out this some kind of unusual car equipped with a heavy machine gun. That is pretty hardcore, but alright, let's see exactly what these off-roaders can do. The only major problem is that these off-roaders and monster trucks are really incredibly heavy, and that could be a big issue for us because there is no way we will be able to accelerate very quickly at all, but I will definitely give it a try anyway. Come on, let's go for maximum acceleration, building up speed, and 1 and 2 and 3. Hey, it's actually handling everything perfectly thanks to the suspension is higher. We've made it to level 11, and I think we'll easily make it to the finish. The only downside is the weight. Because of the weight, we might just not have enough speed and we could get stuck on one of the levels. But I hope that doesn't happen. Please, come on, come on, come on, keep climbing. It seems to be working. Come on, come on, come on. Just a little more. No, we're just falling. It's just slipping. That's exactly what I was talking about. We are on the 12th level and we just can't climb up simply because the car is, well, extremely heavy. That's it. That's the end of our run. Next up are the G-Wagons, and most importantly, they have to be really fast. They are... we've got one G-Wagon, one Rolls-Royce, but the most important thing, you know what? We're going to run a few experiments with you. We'll take the G-Wagon to its top speed, because it has to be really fast. And we'll try to fly to the finish line. Well, not fly, but drive to the finish. Although, who knows, maybe we'll just take off like a plane and fly straight to the finish line. Well, something like that, more or less. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, we're at the finish line. What else is there to say? Honestly, I don't know. The G-Wagon is cool, it handled it perfectly. It took about 10 seconds at most, but we're at the finish. Hehehe. I honestly didn't even feel the challenge. I didn't even notice those upside down speed bumps. That can only mean one thing, the G-Wagon is really super cool. Well, meanwhile, we have only 5 cars left. To be perfectly honest, I don't know how well they'll manage to overcome the challenge. But it's a completely new kind of experiment. We need all 5 cars to successfully reach the finish line. We're testing the Jeep, and most importantly, the Jeep has a really awesome suspension. Just look at those springs, look at those wheels. I'm sure we can drive through perfectly, even at the lowest speed. Look at how the suspension works. To be completely honest, it's really cool. Look at that, bam! It didn't even feel like level 11 at all. We just drove right over it as if it didn't even exist in the first place. It's like there was just a little bump in the road and that's it. It's just perfect. I think in the next episode we need to test only monster trucks or some big off-road vehicles. With this kind of suspension because they handle it just perfectly. And I believe if we test 15 cars, every one of them will make it to the finish line perfectly. Just like this Jeep here. By the way, today we already have 7. The sensor made it to the finish line. If the remaining 4 also make it, that means 11 cars will finish and 4 will not. That's a really great result. We need to reach the finish line 100% of the time. Although I think with these kinds of cars, there's just no way not to make it to the finish line. Let's start with what I think is the worst one, because this is some kind of gangster car and it doesn't work. Wait, what? This is a boat? Seriously? Wait, it won't start, I think, because someone still hasn't left a like. They've watched up to this point and still haven't liked the video. Come on, how is that possible? Go on, right now, scroll down and smash the like button under this video. Otherwise the car won't start because of you. See, now it works. Thanks for the like. Hold on, wait, I'm actually curious. Can this car float? Because look, there are barrels on the sides and at the back the engine is from a motorboat and there's even a machine gun. This is the perfect car for any situation. If you used something like this during a zombie apocalypse, I think it would be just ideal. If anything, you can drive off-road, you can even sail away, and if needed, you can shoot back at zombies too. It's perfect. Well, it's not a zombie apocalypse here, we're just driving over speed bumps. Though, to be honest, they're flipped reverse speed bumps. The only problem is that the car is very heavy, to be honest. I honestly don't know if it will make it or not, but I'm really hoping it will, because this car is honestly just so cool. No matter what anyone else says, it's incredibly multifunctional. You can swim in it, you can drive it, and if needed, you can even shoot at zombies. It's absolutely perfect, the ultimate level of engineering. But I think this is going to be just a bit too easy. We really need to make this experiment much harder because way too many cars are making it through lately. Either the cars have gotten really awesome, or our experiment is just not tough enough. It's getting too easy, and next time, I think we need to make an inverted speed bump 100 times bigger. If you like this idea, be sure to hit the like button and write about it in the comments. I think that's exactly what we need to do. Plus, we need to test something else. Can this car actually float? And what about a new experiment? An experiment within an experiment. So what we have is, we accelerate at full speed and fly straight into the water, submerging in 3, 2, 1, and splash. It actually floats, seriously. Well, guys, this car is the coolest one today. That's absolutely 100% for sure. Wait, hold on. What if I get out? I'm curious. Can I, while it's still moving, or rather, while it's floating already? Shoot. Perfect, I love this car. I just love this car. It's definitely the winner, 100%. And now there are 3 final cars left. I suggest we test them as quickly as possible because I'm really curious to see if all 3 cars can make it to the finish line. Because the Rolls-Royce, well, I think that's true for absolutely everyone. It's clear that if you have a Rolls-Royce, that's it, no questions asked. You've achieved everything in life, and Rolls-Royce cars are super cool in terms of suspension, quality, and speed. So I think there's no doubt here, this car will make it to the finish line even in reverse. Look, there you go, especially if it's gold. A Rolls-Royce with 6 wheels. I think it costs $1 million. Maybe even more. Because it's made entirely out of gold. Can you imagine making a car out of gold? That's really something else, of course. Especially with 6 wheels. And by the way, we made it through. I didn't even notice that we just went over the biggest speed bump ever. That's actually really cool. It was really fast. That means this Rolls-Royce is truly top-notch, really awesome. We leave it right here, and now we have a new collection. Soon we'll be testing the cars in the opposite direction, going over reverse speed bumps. Your brain will just break from that. Well, and here the only real question is, what exactly is this thing? It looks like some kind of heavy military armored car. It's really tough. Almost like some kind of ant, wouldn't you say? And by the way, we actually have a real flamethrower, but for some reason it shoots green fire. It's some kind of green goblin. Oops. Call the fire department and quickly. I'm out of here. Okay. The most important thing is that this car is really huge. And look at this. Just look at it. We're driving through with you. 3rd level. And the suspension system works so well. It is really quite awesome. Do you see how the wheel goes down? It drops down almost twice as far. And we just drive through perfectly. This is the coolest car. There are so many cool cars. All the cars are cool today, but I think this one is the absolute best. Because we even have a flamethrower. But the only problem is that it's very heavy. And let's really hope that we can successfully navigate through both levels 12 and 13. Alright, come on, move out of the way. Oh, look, it's even pushing other cars aside. Seriously? So it turns out the Lincoln actually made it through. Come on, let's tow it to the finish after all. Let's go. Come on, full throttle and ba-bam. Alright, we're going to tow it now. Look. This is going to be the most perfect run. We're getting 2 cars across the finish line at once. This will be really funny. Come on, we're falling. Carefully. Bat-bams. That's it. This car is so heavy that it can just push and shove everything out of its way. And now we're simply going to take the car that got stuck and tow it to the finish line. I don't know, honestly, if it will work or not, but at the very least, it's really going to be very funny. Let's go. Full acceleration. Alright. Oops. Perfect. That's it. You could say that this car also made it to the finish line. Well, or not. Alright. Okay. The car goes through perfectly and now we only have the biggest Lambo in the world left. Let's go test it. Just look at how huge its wheels are. They're bigger than me. Well, let's... Probably 100 times bigger, I guess. It really is absolutely massive. And I think that even at a speed of 1 kilometer per hour, we'll get through everything here in no time. In just 2 seconds. Seriously, look at this. I don't even feel it. What kind of pothole is that? Believe it or not, these tiny speed bumps are actually much smaller than the wheels on my car. I feel like I'm hitting top speed and just driving through perfectly. That's it. Didn't even feel a thing. Look, we can't even fall in here because our Lambo is too wide. And it drives through everything perfectly. That's it, we've reached the finish line. So, 11 cars out of 15, actually 12, because the blue Lincoln also made it to the finish. 12 cars out of 15, I think that's a really great result. And most importantly, it'll be an even better result if you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. Don't forget to like this video, and most importantly, write your favorite car brand in the comments. And as always, it was me, your favorite penguin. See you in the next video. Bye bye.